Hello, YouTube family members. Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. If you're just tuning in, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning back. I do not take you guys for granted. Thank you so much indeed. Today we have a very special guest in our midst. We have a very special guest in our midst. I seriously, this was an impromptu invite, but I'm so happy that she was able to make it to the channel today. Thank you so
Hmm.
much, ma.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for
much.
having
I'm grateful, seriously.
me.
Thank you so much. Today we'll
Yeah.
just be doing some short interviews, not going to be very long, hopefully.
I pray so.
Hopefully. So we're going to be doing some interview. We want to know her more based on her marriage and some questions I've already said I'm going to ask her so we can also learn from her some things that concerning marriage and stuff like that. So if you want to know more, then definitely sit back, relax, and keep on watching. Welcome, ma.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming to our channel today.
Mm.
First of all, I'd like to let allow you to introduce yourself so that we
Mm.
could know who we have in the channel.
Hmm. All right. My name is Mrs. Mikah Nuhu.
Okay.
I am from Kaduna State, from Zonkwa in southern Kaduna, to be precise.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm married. Mm. We just started the journey.
So just
6 years only.
6 years only is not.
She said, others are already celebrating 30 years,
Yeah, it's
25
definitely
years. And yeah, we are coming up.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
So 6 years. And God has blessed us with three adorables,
Hmm.
a girl and two boys.
Yes, wonderful,
Yes.
beautiful, and amazing children.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Yes,
We
thank you
thank
so
God.
much. Thank God.
Yeah.
And I would say that we are the ones that were supposed to say we are just coming up. We are just coming up, so we will learn a lot of things from you. So I actually have some questions I've written in this notepad. So whenever you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading from the notes and just getting the questions from the notes. So we'll just start from there. So our first,
Mm.
you've already told us um how many years you've been married, and
Mm.
you said it's 6 years. So can you tell us how you met your husband?
Mm. Hmm. That's a big one.
We are all here for the gist.
Yes. Actually, oh my God, so many encounters, but you know, I never expected it. We met back then in school. We're
Okay.
not in the same school. I was doing my diploma uh, in community health.
Okay.
So when I was in a fellowship, an FS fellowship, that's Nigerian Fellowship of Evangelical Students.
Yeah.
And I only used to go and attend the fellowship
Mm.
on a Thursday, I think. And I've never been to any of their cardinal programs. So one of the programs they were having then in Zaria, one of my colleague now insisted that I go. And at that time, I was the president of the student Baptist Student Fellowship in that very school, because it's a mission
Mission
school.
school.
Yes. Yeah. And it's a Baptist Students Fellowship. So I now say, okay, it's not all about the fellowship, but personally, I need to develop myself in
Mm.
some areas. So I now said, okay, I'm going to get the money, the transport fare that time. He said, just get any amount you can get and come. The fellowship will complete the remaining transport for us.
Mm.
We are going to Zaria then. So since that time, I that's when I fully joined the fellowship. So I now followed them for the program. So when we were going, he was among the people the staff that were organizing the students there that time. So that's when I first met him. So we went, before we depart to the place of the conference, we introduce ourselves. They talk to us. They tell us the objectives of the program and what they are expecting from us. It's a student program, so, and what we should be expecting too as we go. So that's the first time we met. There was nothing then. I was seeing him as a staff and in the fellowship, and then a leader. So we went ahead to the program all through. It was there. He now, I think one of the days, he now asked me, I'm so person. Yes. He asked me where I was coming from. I told him, yes, I'm from Zogwa. And he was like, no, you can't come from that place. And I said, yes, that's where I'm coming from. He said, which house is that? And I told him. He said, so person. I said, yes. And I said, no. And I discovered the reason why he's asking me that question is that his mom was coming from that particular village too. Yeah, so he was saying, no, I can't come from that place. He was sitting with his friend. So we just laugh over it. He said, his mother is from there. Do I know so house? I say, yes. I said, that woman is my auntie. He now say, how comes? So we are somehow related in another way. Because his dad's senior sister got married to somebody from my own family too.
Okay.
Yes. So it was when we returned. He now said he will know the people that have learned something from the program. Then part of the knowledge is that he wants us that we are not coming from the same school, all of the students that went for the conference. So we must make new friends. We must relate with one another so that we will begin to grow the fellowship, and anytime we meet, we live as a family. So that's when we collected his number, because he told us anybody that encounter any challenge whatsoever way, we should contact him so that he will come. He can see how they will be of help, since we are all students. So that's when we collected their contacts. After a while, as in I just felt, guy, let me just call this person and greet. So I called him, I greeted him. He asked me, where am I? I told him. And I said, okay, he's coming to our house. So he now came, we greeted, he now left. So after a while, he now started, he did not keep coming for coming's sake. The first time, I think the second time, he just tell me, for this time that he have seen me, he developed interest in me and he wants to marry me. I was like, direct like that. So I was like, wait. Let me think first. So it didn't take any long time. I did not even have to sit and think and pray. It didn't take any decision. I just told him, okay, I've accepted.
So you didn't have, was there no particular something that you felt like this person, maybe the first impression that made you accepted him?
Oh, like, no, I don't know what really came over me that
You just
somebody like me, that at that time, as in, though I was in a relationship, I just felt my mind was out of it completely.
from that relationship.
Yes, from that other relationship. So my mind was not at peace. I told the person, this is what me I'm feeling, and that I don't think I will continue. And that's how we parted ways. And I was at peace, absolute peace. So when I met him, as in, I was not even thinking of anything bad about him. I'm not thinking of maybe having any difficulty later. As in, even today, I'm just looking at it. How did I even just say yes to this person without checking his family, asking questions,
Maybe because you felt like
looking for other people to help me pray, and as in look for visions, go for prophecies like that? No. As in, I just
Your mind was
felt
just at
at
ease.
peace and I just accepted like that.
Hmm. It's somehow kind of similar to mine as well,
Yeah.
but
So I just accepted and we move
wow,
on.
and here
So
you 6
that's,
years and still
yeah,
moving
so
on.
we kept on going. That
Wow,
was far back 2012. That's when we met.
wow,
Yes. So
wow, that's nice. So when you um did you have to introduce him to your parents for
mm,
them to get to know him and stuff like that, or them to they just accepted him because he was from his mother was from the same village with?
no. When after that,
Mm,
my I was staying with my aunt. So it was then they saw him, they were asking me, "Ah, who is this?" And I told them, this is the person. Okay. From where I told them this is what he's doing. He's a missionary. He works with student fellowship and he's in so place. That time they now posted him to another state.
okay.
So he just left to that state. He was there. But anytime he's home, he will always come around. So
Okay.
I told them about him. So they counsel me, they talk to me. It took them a while
Mm,
before they accept him because they didn't say it, but their actions, as in when he comes around, as in they are not that free with him. No, they'll just be carrying face. But him, he's just free in his thing. He will be playing with the children
children.
and sit down comfortably. If I serve him food, he will eat his thing and he will go. And they did not say anything. They didn't say anything. They
Well,
will just talk to me
mm,
when he leaves. So that's how we did gradually before finally I told my mom he went to our house because we are living in the same area.
okay.
So before when I went for weekend, he now came over to my family house and he met with my parents.
Okay.
They just asked some few questions, that's all. And they didn't accept him because
Village.
his mom is from that side.
Mm,
Because at that time he didn't even inform them that his mother is from our
okay.
side.
Okay.
So they just accepted his person, that's all.
Hmm. Interesting.
Mm.
So, like, how long did it take for you people to get married?
Yeah, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 3 years.
3 years.
2016 we got married.
And that means you people get to know each other even during
Yes.
that time. Okay,
Mm.
that's nice. Would you advise somebody to also wait for that period, like that long? You know, some people will say, ah,
Mm.
that is very long, oh, three
Yes.
years. Ah, no,
Mm.
I cannot. Some are even getting married maybe one day,
Yes.
some 6 months and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So, would you say that 3 years was long, or you feel that's the perfect?
Yeah, it depends. It depends. That time that we met, remember I said he's a missionary
Yes.
and he was posted to another state newly.
Mm,
So he just, that time that we met, after the first encounter, he traveled to the state that they posted him as a training secretary there. So he has been there from Sokoto. They now posted him to Abakaliki. So he's not at
in
home.
one
It's
place.
only during long
Okay.
break that he will have at least 2 weeks, a week or two, or maybe when he have a leave during work, he now
Okay.
comes home. So though we kept talking on phone, we are communicating. At a point, I was really pressured to pressure him.
Hmm.
Yes.
Since you have said, oh, we are going to get
Yes, I
married,
was
and
like, you say you want to marry me, so don't keep me.
mm,
I'm not ready for that.
yes, because exactly because
I
those
outrightly
car.
told him that. I remember a day I was on phone. As my unit will finish, I will
Says
load and call. I was working with a private clinic then. So
okay.
I will load my phone. I will call him, you know. I will talk. There was a woman he introduced me to that time. So I used to go and just gist with her, and she'll be telling me all kinds of things like, these are young men, they are growing, so he may be seeing some
Someone.
other ladies and be confused or something like that, and that thing will be like making me think otherwise.
Mm.
But I still hold myself to an extent, but sometimes I used to talk to myself. I don't want to enter a relationship that I will overstay.
Mm.
So if you say this, let there be an action. I want to see. If you are not ready, tell me
So you know where you are
so that I
heading.
will know where
Mm.
I am. I don't want to just sit down like that I'm in a
Mm.
relationship and stay for 11, 13 years. I'm not trying to make my name enter the Guinness Book of Record that I have stayed for a longer relationship and finally we marry, you know. So I used to call him and tell him,
Mm. Okay.
if he's not ready, let him tell me. But I don't like this any type of long relationship that will just keep me unnecessarily.
Mm.
Yeah.
Didn't you at that time? I don't know
Mm.
if by that time he was financially buoyant. Then
No.
okay, so this our generation now.
Mm.
This our generation now. If
Mm.
the man is not doing something,
Mm.
he doesn't have a car, he doesn't have a house, we
Mm.
cannot settle for that kind of person. So
Yes.
what would you advise? Now they say they are not looking for prospects, like
Mm.
the type of person that has vision, or you have purpose for your life. You feel like, okay,
Mm.
very soon you'll be able to get that money that you're looking for. They don't want it anymore based on what is even going on in the country now.
Country.
Like one of the
Mm.
actors that I saw on net,
Mm.
the wife was with him right from scratch when he had nothing, oh,
Mm.
and now he's doing well. I don't know what pushed him, and he got married to another person,
Mm.
second wife.
Yeah.
It's not as if they agreed in the first place that
First
he was
place.
going to get married to another
Yeah.
person. uh So in that situation, would you advise somebody to? What would you advise? Let me put it like that.
Well, we also started from that level.
Mm.
We married. He was in school. He was running his master's program. I was also in school in my doing my last semester. That's when we got married.
Mm, okay.
That time, yes. So he's a missionary, and he later resigned. That's the
Okay.
only source of income
Income
he
that you.
was having that time.
Wow.
And he resigned. He came back home. He wasn't doing anything. Finally, he got the admission and he went to school. He went back to school. Now he's in school. He's not working.
Hmm.
I remember that time my husband would go to church, he'd just be sit in church, be reading his Bible with his friend. He would just be praying. And when it's 12, they will go home. Me, I'm managing with my little, with the little hospital I'm working with that time.
Hmm.
So, um, it's good to start at that level. You know, when you grow and you look back, you
You appreciate.
appreciate all.
Hmm.
You appreciate all, and you in turn appreciate your partner if you are still together, because some will not be able to endure it.
Hmm.
Yes. I was telling him that time that we he should tell me if really he's serious to marry me.
Hmm.
If he's not serious, let me know so that I will know where I belong. Not because he was having the money. Oh. He's a missionary. The little stipend they are paying him that time was not enough to come and do marriage.
Hmm.
uh So that was not even my. That's not where my mind is. That's not where my mind is. As in, okay, now he resigned again. So what will
Finally
I
mind
do?
you.
So will I say, okay, I will not marry because he has resigned from the work he's doing? It's
Hmm.
not all about the money,
Hmm.
but it's because of the personality. As in,
Exactly.
I told you from the beginning, I was at peace with him.
Hmm.
So where your mind is, where your treasure is, there's
That's
where
where.
your mind will also be.
Exactly.
So the love we are having at that time is beyond having money.
Hmm.
Yes.
I like that.
So it's beyond having money. So we focus on that and we kept on building ourselves. I remember that time you will come here at night, we'll pray.
Mm.
There is no night, even if you don't have unit. Though MTN used to do free calls,
Cause every
so
night.
we use that and we do our prayers 1 hour, more than 1 hour sometimes. So sometimes if I don't have battery, he will just wake me up. I will make sure that my phone is on at that time.
Mm.
When he wakes me up, he will just say, okay, I should continue praying. Let's just pray at that time. That's all.
Wow.
So we are going on. And the people of this generation, we don't want to see to be patient, because if you are not patient you will not be able to in this dispensation now.
Mm.
And people always want it at to be rosy rosy all through. Okay, I want to get a person that is already established, he have the money, he have the resources that I need, he have aside all the qualities you mention you want an already met
Believer.
husband. So you will definitely get it. But if that is your where your attention is, you will be surprised one day,
Hmm.
you'll be shocked after the marriage.
Mm.
So I will not advise our youth of today to be rushing after the worldly things first. Even though the times are hard, we always want to have something that will help us. We want to live a comfortable life. Yes, that is understood.
Mm.
It's necessary. But we have to look at it in the other way around. What if you have all those things, but the key thing that God have instituted the marriage to be is
It's
not
not
there?
there.
So let's focus on God. Let's put the God factor first. Then watch ourselves and see, work on ourselves and work together. We'll definitely get there someday.
Mm.
And that's our testimony today.
Well, thank God. But that's not to say that you should marry a lazy
A lazy
person
person, no, no,
because
no.
it's not the
Yes.
same. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next question will be so was it a did you have a church wedding or was it a traditional?
Yeah, it's a church wedding we had.
Okay.
No, you know how people they will say you do send forward and all that.
Yeah.
I never wanted that.
Ah.
I lost my dad 2014, and he
Oh.
was, as in, my dad was, let's say, really preparing to
For the
see
oh my
that
God.
his first daughter got married. And I
Oh wow, you're
remember,
the first daughter.
yes. So even on his sick bed, he was telling me that he's preparing for my wedding. We'll celebrate.
Oh my God.
So there was one time they discharged him from hospital. So because when he was sick, I even resigned from the little work I'm doing.
Hmm.
So I'm taking care of him at home. So I now said, okay, my mom was arranging the room. So she brought out some files. There was a cassette he hid inside those files.
Wow.
And he now said, bring it, bring it, bring it. He now said, okay, this cassette is a DVD. This
Yes.
the plate.
Late.
He now said, it's only me and my daughter that will watch this thing.
Wow.
Do you know which which song is this flavor song?
Oh.
Ada Ada. As in that he
Oh my
wants that on
God.
my Sanford day.
They'll
He
play.
wants no, it's not that they will play the song. Oh.
Okay.
It's the way they decorate the place. Yes,
Oh.
that's how he wants the arena of the Sanford
To
to be.
be like,
Yes.
wow.
He's just picturing, he's just telling me how he wants the thing to
Oh,
be,
wow.
how the atmosphere should be on my Sanford day.
Oh my
I
goodness.
know you remember one time he was in the hospital, so my husband and his junior brother came to visit him and he was teasing them. He said, you are even a pastor, you don't even have money, oh. You don't have money to marry my daughter.
Ah,
So don't worry, pray for me to leave this
this of
bed.
this.
Eh, so they just
Wow.
laugh. He was just
Mm.
gisting with them. And you say, after all, you are a pastor. You don't have money. So we'll just do marriage for you. And they just laugh, all of them, and left. And
Hmm.
that's that is it.
But was
So
your dad able to witness the wedding?
no,
Oh
he
my
died
god.
2014. Our
Oh my
wedding
god.
was 2016. We
Ah,
married 2nd January
I'm so
2016.
sorry about that. Ah,
Yeah,
oh my god.
no problem.
I'm so
But
sorry.
it was really an awesome one.
Mm.
We thank God for
What was the
everything.
most special thing that up till now you can still remember the at the wedding?
Ah, Jesus, as in the dance that day
Hmm.
was something else. As in the way I dance, I couldn't imagine that I'm the one dancing.
Dancing,
Because
exactly.
even when my husband would come and say, oh yeah, dance, let me see the way you will dance that day, I would just be laughing, no, I won't be able to do anything. He would dance and be telling me the steps he want to
Hmm.
know. But me, I don't know how to dance. But
If
that
care is
day,
not taking, you were the one that
oh
even
my
dance more
God.
than him.
No, he really danced that day. No, he know how
Yeah,
to dance very well. So I was just following, but the way I danced that day, till today we watch the cassette and be laughing. As in, I was, even when I was entering the church that day, as in people, I was just, if I just watch it, I would say, see the way I'm walking and entering. I'm just doing like this and like this, shaking my body. But when we went to the field
Hmm.
for reception, the way I dance, ah, my in-laws came and were dancing, were bending down. I just get so used to them that
Yeah.
that they were just jumping all around together as if,
Interesting.
so I remember that dance. No, I won't forget.
Wow, interesting. That's really nice. Is there any particular something that may have happened, occurred in the wedding that you never expected it to have happened, like all these unexpected events that used to happen?
Mm,
Because like in my wedding,
mm,
there was an accident that happened. My in-laws that were
mm,
bringing food,
yeah,
coming to the event, they had an accident, but we thank God that it was
mm,
just the car that had a
yeah,
fault.
for
Nobody was injured. So
mm,
is there anything like that? I don't know why
uh,
it's like the devil is actually attacking weddings when they're,
yeah.
so did you have anything like that?
Not really. I don't think if I had any if I had any
Any, okay,
incident all through from the fall to the
to the
wedding,
wedding,
there was nothing.
and that means they
As
did
in,
not disturb
God
you.
just take control of
We thank
everything.
God.
As in, because before then we'll pray, we'll fast,
Mm,
we'll pray and fast. And when you are doing something with your partner, as in, do it from the bottom of your heart
mm,
and you do it to God. God will definitely answer your prayer. Oh.
yeah.
Seeing your intent, from the intent of your heart, He will do it unto you. When you do it wholeheartedly and hold on to Him firmly. And that is what we did. We
Mm.
were not having the resources, we were not having the money,
But
but
God
the
made
way
the way.
God did it that day, we don't know. We don't know. Things just fall in place and everything was
God
just
works in
peaceful.
miraculous ways.
Yes.
Hmm. Thank God. So, so for the past 6 years, have there been any challenges in the marriage, and how did you deal with those challenges together?
Mm. Well, you know, when you are during courtship,
Hmm.
I see, that's when you get to
Oh
know
my
your
God.
partner well. Unlike what we do today, that we marry because we said some focus on the material things and
Hmm.
forget the main thing.
Hmm.
So when you are courting and then you did not look out for your partner's abilities and inabilities
Hmm.
and work on them, you have problems later.
Hmm.
Don't be in a relationship and pet it. I used to tell people whenever I sit with young people and we are talking, I always tell them, see, if you are into any relationship, don't pet it. Don't pet anyone. Don't try to please the person you are relating with.
Hmm.
Just be yourself. If you are angry, do
Do
it,
it.
let
Let
him
me
see.
see.
If you are sad, let him see it. If you don't like a thing, let him know that you
Hmm.
don't like it. And that is what we did. During our relationship, as in, I said, I told my younger sister, I said, the kind of fight because that time she was really in the picture of everything because I don't hide it. If I come back home from work, we'll sit down, we'll go and lie down and we'll gist and laugh and sleep over the matter. Tomorrow
And I'm
we
sure she's
move on.
also going to be learning from you as
She
well.
better learn because I don't hide it. If we fight with him, she knows. I will tell her, this is what he told me, oh, and this is what me I did. So tomorrow again, she will say, what happened? I say, so what? We'll definitely find out, we'll definitely have to fix it.
Yes.
Because we are moving on. We are growing. We are trying to build ourselves up.
Yes.
It's not for me to pet it and cover up. He's being stingy. Oh, he doesn't like this. He doesn't like that. And not that it's convenient to me. So I will just cover it up and pretend to be convenient with whatever he does. So that thing will hurt me tomorrow. So I told her, I say, all these things that we are passing through in this relationship, in fact, it's like we are acting film. We'll fight at a point. He even woke up one day and he said that, okay, let's break for a month and see if it is God's will. We'll come together. If it is not God's will, we'll part. He is the one that did not sleep. As in, I was myself. As in, that day, when he came and talked that thing, he came with his junior brother. In fact, his junior brother cried. He's a cousin. He cried that day. Why are we doing this? You people should stop all these things that you are doing. You are more than this. This. Me too, I cried though, because I was angry. Why will he be doing this thing now? And me again, that I'm keeping quiet too much. And when he talk to me, I will be keeping quiet, this and that. I say, okay, if you come again, and we talk and talk back. We did all those things. And finally, we settled. He returned. In fact, the day he traveled the following day, but the day he was coming, he went. He said, no call, nothing. He's the one calling me. In fact, I said I will even off my phone because I was still angry. I was still bitter. I was not happy. I was not at peace. He is also not at peace where he went to. He traveled to Kaduna. He didn't sleep. He was still calling me. As in, I was like, Shay, you say we should separate. Why are you calling me? You say no call, nothing, no seeing. Now you travel again. You will not allow me. You are calling me. And he will come here and be laughing, and he want me to greet his friend. He want me to talk to this person. I say, see this person. No. The day he returned, he couldn't wait to go and keep his bag and come back to my house. He went and dropped his bag and came back to my house. Wow. So we have ironed some of those things that could have become a problem in our house today. You understand? Because we open up and we acted as human beings. As humans will behave and misbehave. So we handle the misbehaviors, we handle the behaved things. We have weighed them, and we have balanced ourselves. So today, we are working as in, I told my colleagues at work, and I said, we are sitting on a table working, and I told them, I said, he's my colleague now in the office. They laughed that day. They said, my colleague, how are you? Good morning. So they were laughing. They said, see this one, oh, she's calling her husband colleague. And I said, yes, now he's my colleague here. So we have worked on ourselves to the level that we are seeing ourselves as friends. We are seeing ourselves as husbands and wife. I'm seeing him as my pastor. He sees me as his wife that I'm supposed to be. That respect is there. And there are challenges sometimes. But you know what? It doesn't last. Because I already know how to put that aside. So I don't even see anything as a problem for me. Whatsoever he will do, I don't see it as a problem for me. So I normalize everything. It's not everybody that can do that. It's not everybody that can do that. But me, I'm seeing my marriage working for me today because I have opened up my mind. What I don't like, and he knows it. So he tried to work it out. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Yes, and we come and agree. My husband today, he will write up, okay, our salary is coming. He will write up the things we need. and he will give it to me. Okay, check. Is there anything we need to add? Is there anything we would deduct? Or what advice would you give? So we do it. If it is money, today, even if somebody gave me 10 naira, I will come and tell him, this person gave me 10 naira. Oh. If I use it, I will tell him, but I use it for this one. If I didn't use it, I will give him. It's not everybody that can do it.
True.
So I've cut off that thing. Money, I've cut it off. So it's not bringing problem in my house.
Okay. So as in your own case now, you people try to solve the issue while you were still cutting.
Yes.
So if there should, in case there is anyone that is watching
Mm.
and they didn't have that luxury of time to cut and then do, or even while they were cutting, they didn't, some people, they didn't usually used to ask question or
Question.
be their real self while they are
Yes.
cutting. So if there is anybody that is watching and they are already in the marriage and they are facing challenges, how do you advise them to be able to solve the issues or
Their
challenges of
marriage.
mm,
Yeah. Number one thing is to ask God. If you are a woman, you ask God for wisdom and direction. When you pray to God, you ask Him to give you that grace. Because whatever happens in the house, most often they will always point out to the woman. Even when you are right, you feel you are right, they will always point it out to you and say, you are the head, you are the one that will make your house to work.
true.
It's the
I
woman.
don't know why they usually point at the woman,
They
then the
will
man
say
is
it's the woman. So if your marriage is sweet, it is you. If it is bitter, it is you.
Okay.
So you have to ask God to give you the grace to handle every issue in your home. Then that wisdom will come from God. And God will always give you direction. They will always say, don't bring third party. I don't think all through my marriage, these 6 years, I've never invited anybody. I've never gone to any pastor to say, Pastor, my husband and I have this, and we are fighting. No. We can even have the challenge and be angry all through. But you know what? We put it
With a prayer.
at the table and iron it. You, why did you even say this? Okay, why did this thing happen? I'm not happy. Okay, I'm sorry.
God, they apologize.
It has gone. And to go tomorrow when another one happen again. Okay, why? Okay, it could have been like this. It could have been like this. We'll talk and argue. Argue. But finally, we say, okay, we are sorry. Okay, let it not repeat itself. Okay, let's move on. And we keep moving. So issues in the home, you can't learn it all at once. If you like, gather all the marriage books in the world and read. If your if your mind is not set to doing good in your marriage, you will not get it.
That's true.
Read whatever book you want to do. Get all the counselors. You must work on your minds too. So let's work on our minds, especially the women. Let's work on our mind and make your mind to be clean. Be in that marriage with a clean mind. You know what? See your husband as a head and respect him. Respect him no matter who he is. Give him his respect, then be seeing good
In
in him. If you tag him to be an evil person, that's how he will he will be to you. So let's work on our mind and always speak out to one another. Talk to one another. You always say communication and all that, Talk often. Always talk. Always talk. It's not in keeping malice. When you keep malice, things will keep getting worse every day. So let's talk it out. When we talk to one another, we understand one another better every day. So you still talk it, you will talk and fight there, but you will definitely have to come to a reasonable conclusion. So talk it, fight there, and settle it there. If the other person is not agreeing, be the fool and accept. Let peace reign. When you are in a peaceful mood, say, but that thing that happened that day, it's supposed to it could have been like this. So before you know, it will gradually die off. If that problem is a threat, it will die off. Then you will notice another one another day.
Mm.
But you should also apply wisdom and handle it again. And gradually you are pushing those things out little by little. Others are celebrating 50 years of marriage, and they have lived it
Mm.
and they are happy. So these are some of the things they keep seeing every day, and they are working on it every day and moving on, and they are growing. So we also learn.
Mm.
Let's learn. Let's also work on our mind, and God will help us.
Amen.
Mm.
Amen.